Imagine holding a drone so compact that it almost disappears in your hand. Yet once it takes off, it reveals an entirely new way of seeing the world. Because the DJI Mini 5 Pro is not just a step forward in drone technology, it's a complete rethinking of how aerial creativity should feel. And unlike bulky machines that scare beginners or drain your energy before you even launch, this one combines effortless portability with breathtaking performance, inviting both casual users and serious creators to experience what it means to have a true cinematic eye in the sky. And from the very first flight, you recognize that this device was designed with one purpose in mind: to make extraordinary visuals feel natural, accessible, and almost addictive. Because suddenly those angles you've always imagined but never captured, sunset over a crowded beach, a hike through the forest canopy, or the quiet geometry of your own neighborhood from above, become a living reality at the press of a button. And DJI has managed to do this by listening, evolving, and fine-tuning every small detail based on years of feedback from enthusiasts and professionals, which means the Mini 5 Pro is not simply another gadget release, but a carefully engineered leap forward. And when you think about it, the real beauty of this drone isn't only that it flies, it's that it expands storytelling in ways that once required cinema budgets, professional crews, and gear so heavy it needed its own cases. But now the horizon has changed because all of that capability sits under 250 grams. Light enough to travel without paperwork in most countries, yet strong enough to cut through winds that would send older minis drifting off course. And as soon as you push the controls, you realize stability is on another level, smoother, steadier, and more confident, which removes the anxiety of losing control and replaces it with a sense of freedom. Because suddenly you're not fighting the machine, you're guiding it. Almost as if the sky has become your canvas. And speaking of canvases, the camera system on the Mini 5 Pro is where jaws start dropping. Because DJI has included a larger sensor that drinks in light with the thirst of a sponge, capturing details in 4K that stay sharp even when you zoom, colors that leap out without post-editing, and night shots that don't wash out into noise but remain cinematic, vibrant and alive, making it feel like you're cheating reality itself. And this level of clarity is not reserved for studios anymore. It's right there in your backpack, giving you the ability to shoot weddings, travel vlogs, music videos, or personal memories with quality that previously cost thousands. And what makes it even more powerful is that the intelligence inside the drone has been supercharged. Because the Mini 5 Pro doesn't just avoid obstacles, it anticipates them, creating flight paths that feel artistic rather than robotic, tracking subjects with a level of smoothness that makes action sequences like biking, skating, or running look like they were filmed by a crew of experts, when in truth it's just you and a controller. And that's the magic of AI meeting accessibility, because it removes the barrier between idea and execution, which means whether you're flying for the first time or the 100th, your footage looks elevated, polished, and professional. And another element that transforms the experience is battery life. Because older drones forced creators into a frustrating cycle of constant landings and battery swaps, but now DJI has stretched flight time close to 45 minutes, nearly doubling what we thought possible in this category, giving you more time to chase sunsets, perfect your framing, and capture that one golden shot without feeling pressured by a ticking clock. And every extra minute in the air feels like a gift, unlocking new layers of creativity that shorter flights always cut off. So imagine this: you're standing on a cliff, the wind brushing hard, the sun sinking low, and instead of rushing to land before the battery dies, you can simply keep flying, adjusting your angles, soaking in the view, and when you finally review the footage, it feels like you've bottled a moment of life itself. Which is why the Mini 5 Pro doesn't just belong in the category of drones, it belongs in the category of memory-making tools. Because these aren't just shots, they're stories captured from perspectives that humans alone could never reach. And if you've ever wanted to preserve not just faces, but entire environments, not just moments, but emotions, then this is the tool that makes it possible. And while you'd expect such power to come with a staggering price tag, DJI has positioned it with surprising strategy, keeping it around the $799, $999 range, which undercuts competitors offering less at higher costs, essentially redefining what value looks like in the drone market. And that's why this launch isn't incremental, it's disruptive. Because DJI is quietly squeezing out alternatives by offering something that is compact, legal-friendly, advanced, and cinematic all at once. And if you already own a Mini 3 or Mini 4, the temptation to upgrade isn't just a matter of specs. It's a matter of unlocking a whole new dimension of possibility. Because this isn't a refresh, it's a reinvention. And you notice that, especially when flying in challenging conditions, like crowded urban parks or mountain ridges, where GPS stability and next-gen obstacle sensing work together to keep your drone confident in the air, turning what used to be stressful maneuvers into smooth experiences. And the psychological shift this brings is profound. Because you're no longer anxious about losing control, you're free to focus on storytelling, and that freedom is the true luxury this drone delivers. Far beyond its weight, specs, or numbers on a sheet, because it makes creation flow. And when technology reaches that level, it transcends being a tool and becomes an extension of vision. Which is why people who pick up the Mini 5 Pro often say they don't just see aerial footage differently. They see the world differently. Because once you've captured landscapes, events, and personal milestones from above, it changes the way you think about memory, about perspective, about storytelling itself. And this is why I call it not just a drone, but a passport to a higher vantage point, a richer memory bank, and a storytelling style that feels larger than life. So if you've been waiting for the right time to jump into the drone world, or to upgrade to something that finally balances simplicity with cinema-level results, then the DJI Mini 5 Pro is that moment. Because from portability to power, from intelligence to imagery, it checks boxes we didn't think possible in a sub-250 grams frame. And at the end of the day, this isn't about specs, or even about DJI as a brand. It's about you, standing on the ground, controller in hand, watching as a tiny machine lifts into the sky and gifts you back a perspective that until now was reserved for dreams. And once you've seen your world from that angle, trust me, there's no going back, because some gadgets you buy and forget. But the Mini 5 Pro is one that will keep reminding you of its worth every single time you hit record and look at the footage. And that is what makes it more than a drone. It makes it a game changer. Asterisk in the end. The DJI Mini 5 Pro isn't just another drone release. It's a complete shift in how we capture memories and share stories. It takes professional-level features, packs them into a body lighter than most smartphones, and delivers results that rival cinema gear costing thousands. From stunning 4K footage to longer flight time, from smart AI tracking to unbeatable portability, this drone is more than just technology. It's freedom, creativity, and storytelling in your pocket. Once you see the world through its lens, you'll realize it's not simply about flying a drone. It's about unlocking a whole new way of experiencing life.